Rolling through the city while the spirits whisper low. Low blue vibes in the air, yeah, that magic on the floor. Prophet Lou on the mic, Hobo bringing in the fire. Dark secrets in the night, lighting souls to fly higher. With your candles burning bright, and the roots in the sack. They conjuring the real deal, never looking back. Got the bottle of the oil and the mojo bag tight. Like we talking about the hoodoo, we bringing truth to light. Like
Hoodoo and Haints, hey, we rock in the city. Spiritual journeys, you know what I mean. Hoodoo and Haints, hey, will never be changed. Hey, with the power of the roots, you'll never be the same.
Step into the shadow where the Haints come alive. Frequencies lurking deep. Yeah, you know we thrive. Got the stories of the lost, the spirits that remain. In the depths of the night, we embracing all the pain. Hopos with sharpest glass, spinning tail, feeling bold with the beats and the rhymes. How the mysteries unfold. Old school tradition, capturing the hearts, breaking down the barriers, tearing lives apart.
Hoodoo and Haints, hey, we rock in the city. Spiritual journeys, you know what I mean. Hoodoo and Haints, hey, will never be changed. Hey, with the power of the roots, you'll never be the same.
So gather round, let's explore the night. With charms and the spells, we're embracing the light. From the dark to the dawn, we'll take you along. Listen close to the wisdom, it's where you belong.
Hoodoo and Haints, hey, we rock in the city. Spiritual journeys, you know what I mean. Hoodoo and Haints, hey, will never be changed. Hey, with the power of the roots, you'll never be the same.
Okay. All right. Listen. I had to do something different. There we go. All right. Coco, say something.
Hey, everybody.
I had to do something on the fly.
Something.
Listen.
What?
Okay, we sound good. Coco, listen. Look. The other camera just decided to freeze.
Okay.
Like on the fly, it just decided to freeze. So you see, I just brought you right in.
Yeah, I saw that freeze. I thought I was tripping for a second because I have the split screen up.
Yeah, it froze, and I was like, well, that's about right for today.
For this
about
podcast.
Right. For this
That's
podcast.
about right.
If we don't have
for this podcast as a whole.
Right. For some reason, I'm telling you, somebody jinxed us. They said, nope. I'm gonna show y'all better than I can tell y'all. Look, let's see if this works. Okay. There.
That works.
That part works at least. You know. Did y'all hear the Yep. Sound effects are good. All right, so before we even get started, how we sound, y'all? Private, we can't hear you. Oh shoot, Outlaw Davis James, thank you for the super chat.
Hey man, we appreciate it.
We do appreciate it. That's what's up.
See, you sounded that whole thing out. You put an A at the beginning. I'm so proud of you.
You know,
mine started with a P. Appreciate it.
Yeah. Well, see, it's just like for me, it's just like when somebody sneezes, I say God bless you. I don't just say bless you. I say God bless you.
I'm
not doing
extra.
it. I'm not the one doing it. I say, well, God bless you.
That's right.
We all can't be heathens, Coco.
Ocean bless you.
I say.
May a little Mara be upon you.
And blessings and many more. Guys, welcome to the Hoodoo and Haints podcast, the absolute best spiritually centered Hoodoo podcast and all the podcastdom, where our motto is listen to us because we just better than them.
Just better.
I think that should be our motto for real. Listen to us.
Better.
We're just better. Just listen to us. which camera is it? Okay, so this is the camera. All right. Because I have 2 cameras up and the other one just wanted to freeze. So Brock, thank you for the super chat, brother. I appreciate it.
Appreciate it, bro. Appreciate it.
You know, Outlaws Davis, James in the chat said, we winning over here. Absolutely correct. Absolutely. So, Coco, they don't know. There was almost no show today. There was almost no show today. I take this on my shoulders. I did a candle stream yesterday, and it knocked me in the dirt again.
Mm-hmm.
It knocked me down in the dirt again. I was tired. You know,
I tried to give you the hint when I logged back on. I got in the chat. I'm like, dang, y'all working them. Y'all been on here for a long time. That was hint.
Listen, I think the
You still
spirits
got
are
this
trying to tell
tomorrow.
me hint, because there were like connection issues. There was all types of stuff going on, and I'm like, man. So I had to power it down, fire everything back up, and I was like,
Right.
golly.
I knew
Like,
you were
for
gonna
real,
be on
though.
there for a while when you started it.
Well, you know, I'm the people's champ, Coco.
That's right.
I'm
Trent love the
I'm here.
kids.
I'm here for the people, you know.
That's right.
But as y'all can tell by the title, spirit, scrying, and some other stuff. And that stuff was almost another word in the title.
Sure
It was
was.
almost another word.
I tried to get him to change it.
Well, I'm not trying to get us
Because y'all know I'm
canceled.
always the bad influence. So
Yeah, she is. You know, y'all swear that it's me influencing Coco. Absolutely not. That's right, Brock. I'm one bad stick of wood. But you know, Coco is just terrible. She is just terrible with the filth flarn.
hey, you ain't have to do me
Arm
like
filth.
that though. Terrible.
Man, I mean, Coco, like for real though. You know, you pretty bad. You pretty bad. You know, one the fact you look like you 12. You get a
Of
pass.
a feather.
Right. I think so. So look, hey, you want to go with your segment first or my segment?
Let's go with yours. Because you're gonna have to help me interpret mine.
Okay. So guys, as you talk about the title, what we're going to talk about? We're going to talk about my most recent excursions into local spiritual landscape, and you know, me playing with the spirit box that I have assembled here, or the spirit portal, depending on who you ask. Then after that, we're going to talk about Coco's foray into divination, specifically scrying. And then and then we'll end up talking about some other shit. That's how we end the show.
Some other shit.
Right. We're in the show talking about some other.
Per usual.
Right.
Because y'all know we always get off topic because the Kiki is coming.
I'm going to be like right. I'm going right down the middle. Right down the middle. So, as those of you don't know, and I'm going to try to keep this audio because sometimes I get so caught up in the fact that we have a live studio audience that I forget that people will listen to the audio version of the podcast. For those of you listening, if you go to my channel, you'll see my spirit portal. And those of you who are watching right now, this is the portal box. And basically I connect it to either an app on my phone or I connect it to an actual looping spirit box, which is really just an AM FM radio that someone has modded so that it keeps on cycling. It never really stops on the station. It's just, you know, the spirits will pick a voice out or whatever. And so there was this house that is it is like right down the street from Hoodoo Central, that everyone down here says, you know, there's spirits around. And I felt it going past. I'm like, okay, all right, there's a little something there. And I think I mentioned it in a video, but here, like a few days ago, I was riding back on my electric bike. People been giving me grief about my electric bike, but my bike, it was fine. I liked it. People making fun of my bike. But anyway, so on my way past, I didn't pay the house any attention. And then I started coming back and I noticed like, wait a minute. Wait a minute. I can hardly see the house. And sometimes spiritual phenomena, like certain things will hide themselves. It's like a form of camouflage. Y- You see you, Coco. Welcome back. It's like a form of camouflage. And so I was like, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Why is this house trying to hide itself from me? So, my mixed in European blood kicked in because everybody got a little bit of mix down here. It kicked in. I said, well, let me go explore. Now my African blood said, get the hell out of there. But they got out for a second. So I swerve in there, and for some reason I decide to fire up the app. And this thing was like, run now. And I'm like, absolutely. And I left.
Say no more.
Right. Say less. Like, you crazy?
Like me, like, I'm out of here.
Like, bye. Look, hey, I was like Red's daddy from Friday when Debo was like, you want some too, old man? No. Got up out of there. I was gone. Because see, the thing is, I was just going for a bike ride. I was gonna maybe shoot some B real, you know, I wasn't turning in there. And so since I'm just going for a bike ride, when I say I was spiritually butt naked, I had nothing. No jetstone necklace, like no holy water, no Florida water, Nathan is what I had. So I got up out of there. Now, Coco, the funny thing was somebody, I think it was Gummy Bear mentioned over on TikTok. She said that a lot of times ghosts will spook you into acting irrationally. And she said, you see how you almost got hit by that car that was coming. And guess what? I had not thought about that. I hadn't. Because when I left, there was a truck coming. Because the house is on the right side of the road. So I'm pulling out in the oncoming traffic. And had I been so scared, because I mean, at that point, I wouldn't say I was scared. I was just like, okay, well, you say run, I'm leaving before you actually do something. That's like somebody saying, you better leave before I smack you. Well, I want to get up out of there. Ain't like I'm scared, but if some smacking go down, it ain't gonna be because I stayed around to let it happen.
Right.
So, and there was a truck coming, and I was like, okay, that point of view. I ain't never been in something too long to learn something, and I'm like, okay, makes a lot of sense. But this time I went back. Okay, I went back, and the video just dropped today. The long form of the video just dropped today, and there were like a bunch of different spirits at that one location. I mean, there was a lady spirit. There were actually two ladies. One that was kind of talkative. One that apparently did not like people with melanin. you know, couple of dudes, and one that liked to growl. I'm like, okay,
right,
lot going on here. But that I intend on going back. My boy Brian volunteered himself as tribute to come up here and help film and whatnot.
Brian is always down for the cause.
You know what I'm saying? And it's not like the invitation is not open to everyone. People can come on down. Come on down. Folks like, Prophet, why don't you write a book? How about I sit in my rocking chair and somebody else sits and writes down what I say? That would be amazing. That would be amazing.
That is so like old people-ish.
Look,
like when people go and interview their grandparents for like family history.
Already have
my grandma used to sit in a rocking chair all day.
I'm gonna have my hands like folded here on my chest. I'm like, well, I hear tell it was the summer of '84. I was not yet a man grown, a young root man. I was
young whippersnapper.
Yeah,
That's right.
Man, if someone volunteered to do that, I would absolutely love it. I would love it. But he's gonna come down. If anybody else comes, I've got 3 bikes. I've got a golf cart that can see me driving and like 3 other adults. So conceivably, I could take 6 people out into the field and do some stuff with them. So we're gonna go there. But I've been playing around with the spirit box here, and let me tell you, the stuff that's been coming through, and the people, like they have been actually. There's actually been back and forth communication. I'm gonna be dropping some videos here.
I was about to say, like, you
Oh
telling
yeah.
us about it. We want to see it.
I'm about to drop some videos that's
I'm a
gonna be
visual learner.
amazing. Well, this is an audio medium. So listen, I don't know why
That's
your
okay.
first name been in my head. Like I think like I'm an old man just trying to get your attention. Like look, look, look. Don't nothing get your attention. Like look, I have been in
You feeling
full
like you in
blown.
trouble?
Yeah, exactly. I've been in full blown relationships, and I'm like, I don't think she done ever said my name. Because
That's crazy.
because y'all be like, bae, boo, sweetie. Y'all never call each other by your first name unless I didn't know. We on first name basis now? That's what we doing?
That's how I do when my boyfriend called me by my first name. I'm like, who are you talking to? Because my name is Babe, Baby, Love, Darling. Who the fuck are you talking to?
Wow. Really?
Right.
Okay.
Because he never calls me by my first name unless I done did some or he's upset about something. And then at that point, I don't want to hear that. So we can go back to how you were talking to me like 30 seconds ago.
Wow. Yeah, sometimes I wonder. I'm like, I wonder, is this lady about to call me prophet? Which would be a bit weird. But anyway, so I'm going.
That would be a.
If I was dating someone and she called me prophet, that'd be so weird.
But you know what? That's like, okay, so I got a cousin that he's a pastor. Well, I got 2 of them, they're pastors, and they're actually like best friends, right?
Mhm.
And growing up, my mom would always get upset at me for calling them by like their first names or their family nicknames. And I'm like, why? She was like, Pastor? No, his name is Roy. Hey, Roy. Cuz.
Now, if that was like my cousin, I don't think I could call him like
It's
you gonna
odd.
be you gonna be Reverend Scooter. Like I Pastor Scooter.
Right. And that's so funny because he got a nickname too. His nickname is Pokey. So that's what I'll be calling him at all. Like growing up, my mom will be like, that's so disrespectful. I'm like, he look like he like it.
Well, Coco, when a man
To this
gives,
day, I still do not call him Pastor anything.
you're supposed to call him Pastor Pokey.
Right.
Pastor Disaster. But yeah, so that's what I've got going on, man. I've been playing with this thing, pause, and getting some. Don't listen. Too tired.
That goes hand in hand with what I said when I first got on the sound check. So
Okay,
we not even gonna go there. I'm gonna let you.
Oh, no.
I'm gonna let you have it.
I was sure about to tell it. Oh my gosh. I was like, Coco, for real though? Listen.
And I said it without even thinking about it. I'm like, oh, as soon as it left my mouth, I'm like, I said that to the wrong
Because
person.
there are certain there are certain people that we just wait for you to say the wrong thing. Like,
yes.
look, talking
Yes.
like we waiting to jump into the double Dutch line. Like, hold on.
Yes.
Like, oh
And
no,
we are
she didn't
both
say
those
that.
people.
Look, as soon as you said, I started doing the Birdman. Like, oh no, she didn't just say that.
You did.
No, she didn't just say that. But I am gonna be releasing the video, and I would actually like y'all's help, because if you look at the stream, well, not the stream, but the video I released today, there were a lot of things that I could not catch. So everything that I caught, I highlighted in the video. But there are some things that I didn't catch. And so, if someone can, we all have some of our ears are tuned differently, right? So I would love if someone would actually help me with some of that. I would also with these next set of videos, because these are specific people coming through. And they're like, give me their names, give me their stories. And I'm like, Really though. So I think this is gonna be a whole nother thing going on around here. And I've also been touring around with I did it once. Somebody didn't pop in and show no love, but that's okay. Well, I set up the camera with the spirit box and I was not in the room. I was like off eating dinner. And so I want to make it interactive with text to speech where, someone gives a super chat, very modest, like $2. You don't, you do a $2 super chat and you type your message in. I'll have a box here that will like say your message out loud and ask the spiritual question. So it'll be interactive.
I
Think
feel
that'll be
like
fun.
they don't ever be as interactive when we're like listening to them though. You know what I'm
Well,
saying? Like you come on here, you be like, yeah, this happened, this happened, this happened, this happened. And then it's like when we're on the live and everybody's kind of tuned in, like, what they finna do? Then they give us like a little bit, like breadcrumbs.
you know what? I think a lot of that has to do with, when we're talking about spiritual phenomena, even if it's, which, that we're the best podcast for, we still have to remember that these are human beings
Right.
and they don't have a body anymore. But there's a learning curve for us and for them. Because I actually talked to someone who was like very, very, deep into that aspect of spiritual phenomena, like EVPs and things like that. And for one part, it's no different than learning a foreign language. Like when you first like try to learn Spanish, to me, it's very hard for me to pick out individual words.
Right.
But then the more you practice and your ear gets tuned to it, you can hear. It's kind of like, you ever been, when you sit you ever had a chatty dentist and you in the chair with your mouth open, pause, and they ask you questions and you like,
Laid back with your mouth open.
right? Whoa. Pump your brakes, ma'am.
You painted the picture.
God.
Just saying. I just finished it up
Wow.
for you.
But yeah, you'll be in the doctor's office like, and they're like, oh, for real though? And you like,
Uh-huh.
and they're like, wow. Like they understand because that's what they listen to all day. So they're attuned to that. And so that's part of it. Then also, like I tell people about the ancestor altars, a lot of people go there and it's like, I see the candle flickering. It takes time for you to actually get a message. Well, it takes time for them to send a message. We only ever think about our side of things, but it takes time for them to send a message. And talking to my buddy who is a paranormal investigator, he's like, and if they want to sound like themselves, like how they sounded in life, it takes even longer. And it takes a lot of energy for them to tune those sounds to their voice so they're not just coming off as like breathy static. So I think that's part of it. And also, if they know they have an audience, they may be shy. They may be
So
shy.
when you were painting the picture of the dentist office, this statement is a whole pause, okay? But I gotta say it anyway because I'm dying laughing inside. I gotta get it
Oh
out.
my gosh.
You talk about you be laying back in the chair, you be trying to talk to your dentist. He be like, I say, yeah, he got your mouth locked open. You trying to talk to him, but you struggling to swallow. And in my brain, I'm like, don't
Oh
say that
my
out loud.
God. Oh my gosh. Please, ma'am.
Don't say that out loud.
What has gotten into you this
I'm
evening?
just saying,
I'm gonna tell
when you go to the
everybody what
dentist,
happened before the
when you
show
go to the
started.
dentist, they put the suction thing in there because it's hard to swallow with your mouth wide open like that. I'm just saying that was the picture I got. But when I thought it out loud,
Okay. You are very
pause
interesting,
in
ma'am.
advance.
Yeah, that's super
Somebody put
pause.
pause in advance in the
Hey,
chat.
my
Pause in
gosh.
advance.
Like, listen, just throw the pause card down before the show even starts.
Yes, the whole show.
My goodness. Well, I mean, but I think that's a part of it that no one really thinks about. That they're learning to communicate with us, and especially if
Right.
it's an older spirit. Think about it. It's an older spirit, and you're like, "Hey, just talk into this," and they're like, "You want me to talketh in the black box?" you know, like they made
It's my
like,
baneful workings.
oh my gosh, not the baneful workings.
That every time I see that written down, like in a chat or a comment or something, I always read it in that accent right there.
Me too. Me too. Like it's the same like Eastern Blockish baneful workings. And the Coco, the crazy part is people will text me and they get so proper in like how they approach me. And I'm like,
Yeah.
part of me is
And you
like
know they
wants
don't
to
talk like that.
like I know you don't talk like that in real life. Because I will sometimes look at an area code when someone is talking weird like that. I'll look at an area code and they'll say Baltimore. I say, you need to stop. You need to stop. You know you ain't you know you ain't walk. They filmed The
Absolutely
Wire.
not.
They filmed The Wire in Baltimore. You're not walking around talking about, "Our prophet, you must be careful." They will say must. You must be careful. It's a baneful working. Then I'll say, all right, I'll holler at you later. Yes, we shall. Like people say shall. I don't say shall just out here in the streets. Do you say shall?
No,
Thank you.
not at all. Not unless I'm just playing. You know how I always have church jokes, but no.
Right. But I don't know who people think they're texting. Shout out to was it Scandinavia? Thank you for joining us. But yeah, I'm like, yeah, I don't
I
talk
don't
like
know who
that.
they thought they were texting.
Right. I have no
Professor
idea who they thought they were texting.
Professor Snape.
They right. My goodness. But
Mhm.
listen, hey, we're gonna have some fun coming up here. And you know, we
But
would have
somebody
had
said
more fun in
if
person if
they
people would have came
came.
down.
But somebody said if they came, they'd be running back to Atlanta. So
Come on down. Come on down. Right, Black Cat in the chat. You shall not pass. They think they doggone texting Gandalf from Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, exactly.
But I mean,
Mhm.
that's what I've got going on. You know, had they come, Coco, had they come down for Hoodoo Con 2025, they could have
Had they
seen all
come
this
down.
firsthand. But no, well, it's all right. Would have been last week.
Yeah, he's so in his feelings about it.
Hey, I am. Oh
He
god.
been talking like this for the last few weeks. If
Yeah.
people had just came down,
Yeah, had
and
they
he gonna
just
throw
come
it
on
in
down.
every chance he gets. So
Mm-hmm. Yeah, cutting up with Terry in the chat talking about watch yourself, Mr. Prophet. When I was talking about Baltimore, like people should text me. If you're from Baltimore, you should not text me talking about shall and whatnot. You should be like, Prophet,
to
can I come down to you?
TEW.
Can I come down to you? To you? Only a few. A few.
That is one of my favorite accents, though. I love to hear them talk. It is the most funny thing ever.
No, my favorite accent is New Orleans. New Orleans accent is my favorite.
Yes. Definitely top of the list.
Yeah, New Orleans accent is awesome. I like
I
Baltimore
like their
accents.
accents too, but my cousins and them sound like that.
I like, you know what I like, and it sounds funny, but like old white people from Savannah,
Oh yeah.
like
Yeah.
that
It's
old
very,
Southern,
very southern charm-ish, yeah.
was a very demure Southern drawl. Yeah,
It's very much giving massa. But yes. I like the way it sounds though.
like excuse me, Prophet, you mind going over there and sitting down for me? Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll go sit
Sounding like
down.
he finna pull out a pocket watch.
Right. Listen, and he dressed in all white and can fry the hell out some
Mhm.
chicken.
That's right. And
Oh
probably
my
got the
goodness.
cigar hanging out his mouth and the little slick back with the part right here on the side.
Listen, hey, the Mona Lee in the chat says, in the building. What's up? That's one of my favorite places in the world. I have got to go to New Orleans. I can't say
I've
soon
never
because I never
been
have
and I
time.
want to go.
What? You have not
I've
lived till
never
you've gone to New
been.
Orleans.
I
I went.
heard, but
Listen, I have had so much fun in New Orleans. I got plastered and walked into a police station and took a picture with them. And they're like,
in the
wow, you
police
crazy.
station.
Oh yeah. I didn't tell you that story.
No.
So yeah, it was like kind of like a dare. And I was like, I'll go in there and
Terrible
I'll
dare.
go in there and take a picture with one of them. And they're like, no, you won't. I was like, yes, I will too. And mind
And
you,
you
this
just so
was
confident about it.
well, that's the only way to do anything, Coco. When I tell you, I was I was like 8 sheets to the wind. 8 sheets to the wind. You know how they say 3 sheets to, oh no, I was 8 sheets to the wind. Hold on. Because one thing about Google keep everything.
Yes, it does.
Trying to,
You
let me
took a
see.
picture of your cloud and backed it up
Look, one thing
on the
about
toe
Google, look, Google will hurt you because you'll look and go, oh man.
You would toe up. You ever been so drunk? You know how like you get drunk and you be thinking you fine, but then when you go in the bathroom and look at the mirror, you can see the drunk on yourself.
Listen, I always think I'm fine till I stand up. But yeah, I have seen that. Like I will go, like you said, go in the bathroom, you look and go, oh man,
It's
all
time
these
to go, but I look toe up.
look, and then the realization is these folks just been humoring me. They know I've been drunk.
And
Look,
they already knew.
hold on,
Hold on,
let it
gotta focus. There we go. And as soon as you
Look.
walked out, they said, this nigga
Drunk as hell done walked in here. Look,
probably had the hard R.
listen. Hey, you know one thing? There's only the hard R. I don't care what nobody
Right.
say. Every time I hear it, there's only the hard R. But yeah, that was I walked in there.
understand.
Sure did. Walked right in there. But yeah, definitely got to go there. One thing I've learned about New Orleans, they don't lie. So when they say 3 for 1 drinks, that's what they mean. That's what they mean. 3 for 1 drinks. When they have a sign that says big ass beer, Coco, you could have swam around in that thing. And that was back in my Natty Light
You're
days.
supposed to share it though.
I was by myself. So
And you just like, oh, I'm gonna finish this.
yeah, I paid for it. And then they had this
No
thing.
alcohol abuse. That's how I was when I used to go with my friends. Yeah, we don't commit alcohol abuse.
Yeah, we don't do
so
that. Look, I don't have no dead homies. I
We
ain't
get
pouring
ready
this
to
out.
leave. Who left that in that cup on that table right there? I know y'all better finish that because we don't commit alcohol abuse around here.
Okay. They had this thing called a fish bowl. And it's literally, okay,
I love fish bowls.
yeah, it was a fish bowl full of margarita, and they had a rope that you hung around your neck. So you just hang this fish bowl around your neck, and you just walk around with a straw. I mean, it's the
Because it's
most
gonna take
ridiculous.
you a while to finish it.
You just walk
And they
around.
already know that. It remind me of the beer helmet with the little straw that comes
Yes. Oh my gosh.
looking stupid.
When I
But
tell
the drink
you,
was good though, wasn't it?
oh, it was amazing because I went in a group, but I got there first.
Mm-hmm.
And so everybody else's flight wasn't landing for a few hours. And I wasn't about to sit at the hotel because I was staying at this this hotel that's right on the corner of Bourbon and Canal. I didn't even know my way around New Orleans at the time, but I knew Bourbon Street was where everything was. So I just left and started walking. And let me tell you, it was amazing.
All right, now don't end up walking the wrong way. New Orleans like Atlanta in that aspect. You make one wrong turn.
Okay. I got
You'd be like, oh, I don't went too far.
I got like so many me and New Orleans stories. But one, I know the spirits were protecting me. And two, I think people felt sorry for me because they know I didn't know where I
Your
was.
spirit team was over there like, y'all, come on, let's help his drunk ass. Because
Listen, because I was like, I'm going to see Marie Laveau. Like, I'm going. And Coco, I don't meet strangers. I don't meet strangers. Like, it's like, hey, what's up? And so they had just switched over to where you needed a tour guide to go into the tombs, or the cemetery where her tomb was. And I'm like, well, dang. But I noticed that the wall was only about 5 feet tall. And I said to myself, Self
said, huh?
said, huh? I said, well, we'll just come back a little later.
Right.
And so I'm going out, and for some reason my GPS wasn't working from the hotel. It probably was working, but I'd had a few drinks. And I ended up getting lost because I was just, you ever have enough drinks where you're like, well, if I just keep walking, I'll eventually see it.
Yeah.
It'll never work out that way.
Either that or I'll just if I keep making lefts or keep making rights, I'll eventually get back to where I'm supposed to be.
If you're in Atlanta, eventually you'll see 285. So just keep on going.
Facts. Facts.
Just keep on going. But I'm
everything in Atlanta is a circle.
Right. Look down here too. But I'm passing brothers standing around. I walk up under an underpass and folks like, hey, I said, hey, what's up, y'all?
Hey, y'all.
Like I'm just speaking to people and they looking at me like a friendly man.
Place.
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
Coco.
No, he's not from here.
But the thing about me though, as soon as I touch base somewhere, I buy me a Bethlehem.
Okay.
I go into a gas station, wherever, I buy me a Bethlehem.
Because, in Atlanta, somebody walk around and start just saying hey to people like that. My first thought, and I probably go say it out loud, he green as hell.
Look, Atlanta.
No, he's not from here.
Atlanta's so thugged out. I was in an Uber one time, and the Uber driver was like, yeah, man, because I forgot like what had just gone, something big had gone on in the city. And he was like, yeah, I had this fare. It was a couple of palm-colored folks, man. They didn't know where they were. They were drunk as a skunk. I started to get them. And I'm like, this dude, the Uber driver.
Lit.
Like, God. That's what he was saying. Like, man, I started to get them myself. I'm like, dang, snow on the bluff,
Great.
calm down.
But that's how it be, the city ain't changed, we just got a lot of new people here.
Yeah, but I mean, I had a blast. I saw several ghosts. I honestly feel like at certain points in the year, 1 out of every 10 people you see is not really there. I had some locals befriend me near what you call it? What's that place they had the beignets? Cafe Du Monde. And she's like, come here, baby. Like, we don't wait in that line. Come on over here. And I was like, we just walk in this side door? Like, yeah, come on.
Now we don't wait in the line.
Look, and I just walked in the side door and sat down with them.
I'm with them. I don't like waiting in no line, especially if I'm hungry.
Yeah, I think I had a date that trip, but I didn't like her, so I just went and sat down with them.
You don't like anybody, so
I'm kidding.
Yeah, you probably did like her until y'all broke up. You told all of us this, that when you break up with people, you be 100% done with them.
At that point,
you don't
I hate
want to be friends with them, right?
Why am I be friends with you? What gonna be friends for?
Skate with you, nothing.
Mm-mm.
We already know this.
Nope. Matter of fact, listen, if I catch you doing something wrong, I'm snitching on you. No, let me clarify. Look, me and my cousin we're talking.
All bets are off.
Yeah. No, like no more street code. Listen, look, Ali in the chat said probably don't like nobody for real though. I mean, God, when exactly did I lose y'all's trust? Wow.
Cherie said we're going to New Orleans. That sounds great. Let's do it.
Absolutely. I was gonna plan a trip to New Orleans. This was like a few years ago, but all the people who wanted to go, I stopped. Like, I ain't going with y'all.
The trip didn't make it out the group chat.
It did not.
Like
it did.
Sometimes
it did not make it out the group chat. But the funny thing is, I've been there so much. I know my way around now. And look, they have this Coco. They have this ghost tour.
And you don't drink no more, so.
I would come out of retirement for a New Orleans trip.
For New Orleans, okay.
Yeah, look, and then soon as I hit the airport on the way home, sober as
it's
a
all right.
priest.
I ain't gonna tell on you. We ain't gonna take no pictures of you with no alcohol. We're gonna say Prophet was a saint while we were there.
I never said I was gonna quit forever. I quit being an alcoholic. I didn't quit drinking.
He fell down, but he got up.
Look, that made sense at the time when I just said that. I'm like, I quit being an alcoholic. I didn't quit drinking.
Yeah, that's right.
No, but you know what? honestly, there's this ghost tour, and it's a walk-in tour, Coco. It's a walk-in tour. And when I tell you, the tour starts you off with 2 hurricanes. And then halfway through the tour, you stop at a bar.
Like being there drinking them hand grenades.
Look, and why the bar is haunted? It's got a freaky ghost. It's called it's the bar. It used to be owned by the pirate Jean Lafitte, and it's a ghost in there that'll pinch you on the butt. Apparently.
Okay, so I thought that's what I heard you say, but I was like, did he say freaking ghost or freaky ghost?
Freaky ghosts.
I was just listening for context clues.
Diddy ghost.
Not the ghost got baby oil.
Take that.
Silly.
Wow. But yeah, I mean, it was fun. And then I did another one in a successful group trip. You know what? I don't like nobody in that trip no more.
Well, y'all don't ever have to worry about going to New Orleans with Prophet, because it's not gonna make it out the group chat. I just wanted to let y'all know this, you know.
We will go on the trip, just there's no guarantee.
He's not even gonna like y'all before the trip starts, so it's gonna get canceled.
No, I just want no guarantee I'll like them by the time the trip ends.
and then what? You gonna leave him there?
No.
Now every man for himself. Y'all find your own way back home.
We traveling alone anyway, though. But no, check this out. Okay, did I tell you about the hand grenade, Coco?
Go ahead. No, you did not.
The hand grenade is a drink sold by the Tropic Isle in New Orleans.
I know what the drink is now, but
it's every
we don't know your story.
White liquor mixed together with something fruity and Gatorade, so the electrolyte just sucks it into your body.
Right.
And they were like, be careful. One of these will mess you up. Be careful. And I said, stand back.
Everybody get behind me. It's
make a hole and make it wide.
Down.
Listen. And it was like, gone. And I was like, wow, this is amazing. I feel so good after I just guzzled this drink. I said, everyone sounds amazing. And there's all so pretty.
You guys look beautiful.
Yo,
everybody's so nice in here.
Like, this is the best city ever. Everyone is so friendly. Like, why did we just become best friends? Like, that's what type of time I was like, why are why did I never know you were this interested? And they're like, well, because we're just standing in line here at the Tropic Isle. You never met before. I'm like,
you just drunk.
Yeah. And then I had 3 of them.
But you know what? It's funny that you said that. I feel like when people go places for like a trip, I feel like the alcohol makes them romanticize certain places, because I still, for the life of me, cannot figure out why people keep moving to Atlanta. And people come here on vacation, and I'm like, Atlanta is not a vacation spot, but okay, that's cool.
Coco.
But I think it's the nightlife that they like, because I'm like, it's only because you came here and got drunk and everything sounded and looked amazing to you in that moment. Well, and now you want that, because this is not a vacation spot.
It's not. Like, there's nothing to do in Atlanta.
You come to Atlanta if you want to live here, but there's nothing to do for vacation.
There's like a few.
You're gonna be in Airbnb all
clubs.
day.
There's like a few clubs and
right.
Six Flags and Water Boys. Right. Like, there's really nothing. Coco.
The club life here not even what it used to be.
No,
like, the clubs here used to be lit. Now we talking strip clubs.
Hey, for the 99 and the 2000 back then.
But right,
yeah. Coco. I don't even remember this picture. And I look,
but
and I don't
have it.
And I don't smoke. I don't smoke. And
not capping for the photo.
And
who photo op props.
And who took the picture?
Let me find out. You set a timer and set their phone down. I'm gonna die.
No, and look, and then there's another. There is another picture that I can't find of just my hand holding a
Hey, we got a
cigar.
super
Thank you so much for the
chat.
super chat, Love Laveau.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Everybody
Listen,
getting appreciated today.
yeah, appreciate it. I appreciate you, Luke's Laveau. Luke's. So, Coco, there was my hand holding a cigar. There was a hand grenade, and the next day in my wallet, when I woke up in the hotel room, there was like some like Great British pounds in my wallet. Seriously, like there was English money in my wallet.
How did it get there?
These are the
Who the
mysteries,
hell had
Coco.
pounds to give you? Is the crazy part. Who was just walking around with that? Because you didn't
Coco,
have it.
these are the mysteries. We don't question them. I have no idea. Like I've got to
Was
go
out there
through Google.
living.
I got to go through Google and find them. And because when I tell you, I was like, I don't recall what happened, but apparently I did it so well that some English person gave me a tip.
This sounds like a scene from The Hangover. Like you don't remember any of this.
I used to really live, Coco.
Yeah,
I
we've
used
all
to
done that.
I used to really live.
Thank God for growth, cause it was some nights. I don't even know how the hell I ended back up in my bed, but I made it.
I've got to find that picture. Oh wait, I think. Hold on. Okay, 2014. I think I'm getting close to it. This kind of feels like that time. But I swear, while I'm looking for this, we got to go into the next segment. We could talk about New Orleans.
I was about to
forever.
tell you the same thing because you over there reliving your memories that you don't really remember. So I don't know if they're really memories, but
I would say they're not really memories because I have no recollection.
they're just moments in time, blips.
Yeah, just some ish that happened.
Right.
Just some ish that happened. But I know I'm in the right era. I'm in the right era. So do you? I mean, you want to tell the people? You want me to set it up?
I got it.
I was so damn proud of you. I was so damn proud of you.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. So, if y'all don't know, I'm in Prophet's mentorship and I have been for a while. So, we always go over like the roots and herbs, but every now and then he'll just pop out with something new that we haven't done. And everybody's like, oh, okay. I didn't know that was a thing. So we went over scrying in class. And scrying is like a form of divination where you can either use like a reflective surface to do it, or you can do it in water because water is also reflective. I like the water method better because the way we did it, we use ink and you put it in the water, but the ink also gives you images and shapes to look at. So the first time I did it was an epic fail. Epic in proportions. I used the wrong kind of ink and it like just settled at the bottom. Like it looked like it was trying to do a little some, but I think the ink was too heavy. So it just went to the bottom. I ended up ordering some ink off Amazon. So I'm like, you know what? I was texting Cherie. I said, have you tried this? And she was like, no, but get the different ink and then tell me how it goes. So I'm like, cool. So I ordered it. Don't do my girl.
Oh, Cherie.
We not finna do it. Anywho, so yeah, I go ahead and I do it because I had some downtime during the week because everybody was gone. My child was at school, my mom was at work. I had an off day, kind of sorta. So I'm like, cool. Yeah, the house was quiet. I turned off all the sound just so I could really focus and dial in. But it happened so quick, and I did not expect the images to be that kind of clear. So soon as I finished, y'all know I'm texting Prophet like, bro, I saw this, I saw this, I saw this, I saw this. I'm just running down a list, like a long list. And when I tell you, it wasn't like, you know how you'll see something and you be like, it kind of looked like. No, these were like very clear shapes. So I saw what I was describing is like a goat slash ram type of situation. I saw a baby still connected to like an umbilical cord. I saw an
Mm-hmm.
open rose. Don't you start. Don't you start. Don't you start. I saw a money sign, but that's so fitting, you know.
I mean,
Um
Saint Coco de Niro. Right,
that's
right.
so fitting. But when it settled, it said I don't know if anybody has ever seen like a real placenta, like you know what gives the baby its nutrients in the womb, but it literally looked exactly like that. And I'm like, am I tripping? So I pulled up a picture of one on Google, and I mean like identical.
So you saw a baby hooked up to the umbilical cord, and you saw a placenta.
Not mine.
Like,
It ain't mine.
I mean,
Somebody said ain't
not
mine.
not yet.
Not yet. Not yet. Not for a long time. So somebody pregnant.
Noonie needs somebody to grow up with, besides Wreck-It Ralph. Go ahead. Go ahead and knock that out.
That's not for me. Maybe soon. Maybe soon. Maybe soon, but not that kind of soon. You know, I have to finish school. I'm working on a degree. That has to get finished, you know.
Well, there are plenty of people said that before. Coco.
This is
No,
true.
I
This
gotta
is
finish.
true.
I've
Because
got
I
to finish
definitely got
school.
pregnant with my daughter before I finished cosmetology school. So yeah.
So you would say that this would fall in line with the pattern, like in alignment with the prophecy.
No.
Hmm. Now the whole ram thing, I was kind of joking around about it being like Baphomet and like stuff like that, but rams could be a sign of things moving forward, of
Okay.
like obstacles being broken or like butted against. And what astrological time is this? I don't pay no attention to that stuff.
So what's in retrograde right now? Let
Right.
me
Hey, what's going on? But
it'd be too much for me to keep up with. I don't even.
no, but in all seriousness, Coco, I mean, I'm not saying it's you, but those are some clear signs that somebody about either already does and hasn't said anything, or is about to
Right.
have a baby on the way. Because when you do scry, and stare into things, oh, we're in Aries season. Ain't Aries a ram? No. No. But
It's still not gonna be me.
I mean, but seriously, that the things you see are never irrelevant, because it had to go through too much to get that to you.
Right.
Like when you're scrying, like whether it's ink and water, whether it's a crystal ball, whether it's just water, that is a lot of energy and a lot of focus. So it's always going to be something poignant. It's always going to be something that is for you. So if it's not you having a baby, it's somebody having a baby. And the beauty of
But now I
scrying is
wonder
that,
who it is.
yeah, listen, I mean, it's
I'm
going to,
side eyeing everybody. You got something you need to tell me?
right. Look, somebody can be like, oof. Well,
Look, harassing everybody. Like,
everybody.
she real aggressive lately.
Doggone sisters, cousins, doggone
Mhm.
homegirls, everybody. Or the thing is, it does not have to just be the female half. Brothers, cousins, uncle.
Right.
Hey, doggone. Somebody could have done.
Silent pause.
A ram in the bush.
Well, at least they didn't waste it on the floor, the wall, the sheets.
Oh my gosh! Now you took it too far.
You said
You
it.
took it too far.
You said it.
I
You
I
said
used
it.
that's
You said it.
scripture. That
You
is
said it.
scripture. Hold on.
but not in the context that you were using it. Wasn't biblical.
Oh my gosh, Coco.
See how people throw rocks and then try to hide their hands, y'all.
No.
It was scripture.
You know what? I beat you upon the head.
That's all right.
I beat you upon the head. What is it? Yeah, me. But you the one. You the
So I
one
think I'm gonna attempt
getting all
to do it
nasty, talking
again
about
this
somebody done
evening.
shot the club up.
You just said that I said at least they didn't waste it. At least they was being fruitful and multiplying.
Oh my goodness. Listen.
That's scripture.
And
Just
Abraham
saying.
lifted up his eyes and looked, and behold him a ram caught in the bush by his horns.
And then you go and find it.
Genesis
Okay.
22:13.
Yeah, we'll find be fruitful and multiply in there too.
Oh
'Cause
my gosh. It's like got their way out the
just
club.
saying. But yes, like I was saying, I think I'm
As I
gonna
was saying.
do another attempt this evening. Since my child is already in the bed, she'll be sleeping about 29 minutes.
What? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Got you. 10:30. Yeah, I mean it's
I feel like the energy in here is right to do it. I've been doing some spring cleaning the last 2 days. I'd have built 2 little bookcases that I could put like my perfumes and all that on. So the energy, the feng shui in here is a little different today. So
I mean,
we'll try it
honestly,
again.
I am so stinking proud of you. It makes no sense because that's not a gift. A lot of people think, oh, I'm going to be in a mentorship. That means everything I want to do, I'll be taught the easy way. When in reality, I tell everybody, my grandma did. She just kept on throwing stuff at me until something worked.
Right.
That's how it worked. When I stared at a crystal ball, the most I ever saw was a damn door.
Okay, well, listen, attempt
even
1 was
open.
like that. The attempt 1, I text Cherie like, yeah, I wish you could have seen me trying to look into that water. I'm like, that's why I text you like, am I supposed to be looking across it or down in it? Because I had put it on the floor, right? So that I could put the candles next to it. I'm on the floor like, I'd have laid down like,
Look,
I said, this not
you
right.
trying to look up under a door? Like, God.
I'm like, all I see is the candles. This can't be right.
Look, and there's it's so hard to describe. It's like you looking into the water, but you're not. It's like you're looking at the bottom, but you're trying to see what's halfway between the surface. It's weird, but it's one of those things that it's hard to describe, but you'll know when you got it. It's like those stupid little pictures they had at the mall. There was just a bunch of dots, but when your eyes kind of halfway cross, you saw like a sunflower or something in them.
And then you need glasses after that, right?
Yeah, because your head hurt all day.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, I mean, but seriously, you did better than me because it was so hard to see. But I was young, and so it's hard to describe stuff to me at that age. And then I was also like impatient. And once I, figured out I could read playing cards, I never really revisited it. But it was something that ran in my family. My aunt was always drawn by water. No, my great aunt, my grandma's cousin, grand cousin, whatever. Whenever we would go fishing, she would like have to stay in the house or whatever because we went fishing one time and she was sitting in a chair and she would feel the water pulling her and she would always like get dizzy and fall out of the chair.
That's crazy though.
She could never just stare at the water because it would pull her out of the chair.
I wonder what that is though. Like the water just pulling. So what would happen
maybe
if
some
she
kind of
actually
weird
went to the water?
Don't know. Yeah, my
now
y'all
people
would take
be
her.
like, I'm having a personal summer, like when I'm like a hot flash. Maybe she had a personal Lake Lanier because that sounds crazy.
Or it could have been, like some form of epilepsy. Who knows?
Could be.
The sun reflecting off the water makes her go a little cattywampus. Who knows? But I know. Next thing you know, she tumbling out the damn chair again. I'm like, well,
You're
there
so
she go.
disrespectful.
Bless her
You
heart.
so disrespectful.
Look,
Cattywampus, loopy. I don't think she would
Cattywampus.
like to be described in that way.
Well, she on the ancestor altar now. You
She
know,
said she
I don't
not
think
doing
she
no more
mind.
work for you.
I
Yeah.
hope not. I hope that's not the case.
Since you gonna say she want to get on live and talk about
Since
me,
you, I know, since
don't
you got all the
don't ask
jokes,
me for nothing else.
Mr. Funny Man, with all your
Mr.
jokes.
Funny Man, right? Just a regular comedian.
Everything is so
Mhm.
ha ha and he funny. Oh Lord.
He hell. You
Oh
know
my
she said.
God.
Mm-hmm.
But no, for real though, you know, I'm not one of those people like, yes, this is my student and that's my student. So I don't ever tell y'all business, but that was amazing. It was, you know,
It
and
was
besides the
an
fact you were the
amazing
only one that
experience.
did the homework.
Who was that?
That
Who was that? Who
homework.
was that? Somebody
That homework.
did y'all do the homework? I said, oh, you like the people in class, like, you forgot to pick up the homework.
Listen, that right,
And
that part right
I
there.
get on him about that like every other week.
I told my,
Do we have any homework this evening?
I'm like, shut up. Shut your mouth. Look, it's gotten to the point. I don't even ask. Anybody have anything before we go? I just like, all right, y'all. I'll see y'all next week. I'll see y'all next week. I don't even ask no more. You
Look,
killing me,
Terry not
Smalls.
safe. Terry in the chat should be doing it too.
Nah,
So are we gonna go over the homework? I'm like, I didn't do it. Shut up.
well,
I love Terry.
I think I cast away all the spirits that I summoned. Like,
Oh, I thought you were talking about you. That's why I roll my eyes.
like, oh my God.
But we love her nonetheless.
All my wayward children. All my wayward children.
Odd bunch, you know.
Yeah, y'all, Gigi, what are you talking about in the chat? Something, you know, some of these folks, I honestly think be having like a whole conversation going just them. Because Gigi said, honestly, I forgot we had homework. Gigi, who? I remember that lady that one time we had a, I forgot what it was in Discord. I was like, hey, where did we leave off in this game? And this lady said, I don't quite remember. And I was like, I don't remember you being in there when we were playing the game. Were you in there? And then she was like, I don't know. I'm like, good God Almighty.
Stop. See, I fit turn my camera off.
All right, but you got anything?
Turn my camera off.
Hey, you got anything before we leave?
Y'all, my press on nail line will be live in about 3 weeks. I get my samples and things this week, so I'll let you guys know when I put it on my website.
What? Congratulations! Hey, look.
Yay!
Wait, hold on. I got something for you. Wait a minute. Let me see.
Oh Lord.
Let's see. There we go.
If you're not first, you're last.
What do I do with my hands?
I don't know what to do with my hands.
My hands.
Oh, they were talking about they were having something at the Motor Speedway in Talladega on the radio the other day, and that was the first thing I thought of was I just want to go so I can just
listen. I just stand there like that. I don't know what to do with my hands. You know what's funny? Because you know I'm so painfully shy. Like if I'm ever speaking in front of a crowd, don't give me that look. I am painfully shy. If I'm ever speaking in front of a group, I have no idea what to do with my hands.
I don't care who tell it.
So you know what I do? I have perfected the Bill Clinton 4-finger point. So one thing about Hoodoo.
Look, Nev, if I do that to somebody, they're gonna think I'm being disrespectful because it's gonna be okay.
Oh no, this is how you do it. Go. Look. I was instructing how to do this. See, first, look, extend upwards. you got to put an angle in that, and then lightly touch the forehead
Okay.
with your fingers. Now, did I tell?
Pause. Pause.
I said the
Angle
forehead.
on it and lightly touch.
Forehead.
You might as well have just left the fore part off forehead because
You know what?
my brain
No.
processed it the same way.
Okay, some is absolute. What is wrong? Oh
It's
my
not
God.
me. You said it when you said put an angle on it
Coco.
and lightly.
This right here is why you seeing wombs and placentas and babies dangling from umbilical cords. This right here.
Maybe.
God.
Just saying.
Sheesh. If anyone else was put off by Coco's salty language, again, I was not aware
Sorry,
that
guys.
this was a NC-17 podcast. I thought we were family friendly tonight. Oh my God. I don't know what's wrong with Coco tonight, but I guarantee you. I
It
will
don't even
pass
matter because you were not
new
the
Hoodoo
president.
tariffs. I will pass new Hoodoo tariffs against the Wiccans and
not the president.
and the heathens.
Says the kid.
Don't know what's wrong with Coco tonight. Oh man, but
I'm working on it.
I cannot wait
Brock
for you to
said,
launch that.
as a Coco thinketh. Right.
Listen, oh my
New book
gosh.
coming soon. As a
Right,
Coco
as a
thinketh.
Coco thinketh. You know what? It was launched here. A press on nail line, Coco's book, but as a Coco thinketh. I did it my way.
Yes.
Amazon Press. We still have a few seats left for the Candle Magic webinar this upcoming Wednesday.
So excited.
I can't wait. Because we've done webinars on everything under the sun, but I think this was like a good foundational one. It was like a good foundation.
But you know, I love a good candle working. You can't go wrong with the candle workings. You know what I'm saying? If you can't get nothing else right, a candle working will get you right because it don't take too much thought and time. You know, it's like a in the pinch type of thing.
Look, and they can be as simple or as elaborate as you want them to be.
Right.
You know, it's great.
But I like the simple ones because if I don't have to put that much energy into what I'm actually doing with my hands, then I can actually focus on my intent a little bit better. So the candle workings are my jam.
Okay. I have not heard that in a while. My jam. Jam. Oh.
What was I watching? Oh, Impractical Jokers. You know, they had a episode where they had to go around the grocery store and everything had to be their jams. They'd be like, "Oh, did you like such and such? Oh yeah, that's my jam. That's my jam."
Listen, that show, I mean, I love watching Impractical Jokers, but some of the stuff that they have to do, like,
I could not.
It gives me so much anxiety watching it that I'm sitting there like,
yeah, like that. Somebody finna get locked up.
There was one. It was like a spin the wheel type deal, but it was two wheels, and there were body parts on both wheels. And so one was like you had to like whatever body part over here, you had to touch it to another person, whatever body part was over there. And one of it was like Marv. It landed on butt and shoulder. So I'm like, he had to touch his butt to some stranger's shoulder, and I'm like, how is that even going to happen? How's that even gonna happen? And then it was crazy. He was like, well, sorry, I can't bend down. Could someone please help me tie my shoe? And this poor old man was like, oh yeah, I'll help you. And old man bent down to tie his shoe. And he was like trying to move his butt over to touch on the shoulder. I'm like, this is... And the old man was like trying to scoot away, but still be polite and tie his shoe. I was like, I can't. This is giving me all kinds of anxiety.
But you get a good laugh out of that show. Like when I tell
absolutely.
you, whoever came up with that show for real.
Listen, absolutely.
They need to be rich now.
So, yeah, I think that's it. Oh, and furthermore, I am looking to potentially launch my own 800 pay per call Hoodoo based reading line. So if you are a decent reader and you would like to put in an application, get with me. Get with me. And I'm only
It
taking a
won't be me,
modest bet.
guys.
Coco's going to be the first person on the line.
It won't be me, guys.
You know, if she can fit us
case there are
in
any questions
from her
about it.
modest, well, not modest, but her very heavy schedule of being the best stylist in Atlanta, you know, hairstyling and barbering, her launching one of her many businesses from neon
My man
signs,
is
neon
definitely a serial
signs, and
entrepreneur.
right, right. Coco, like, I ain't working for nobody. I'm gonna start another business.
Yeah.
You know, so shoot. If you want to be good, come on in.
I say.
I shall. You know, as a Ludamari Willis, you know.
Won't he do it?
Won't he do it? Won't a Ludamari do it?
All the time.
God. Ooh. Hey.
Why are we like this? This
No,
is terrible.
you did that. You did that. That's you. That's you. A Ludamari.
Thank you, Gigi. Brock talking about half y'all gonna be pregnant after I do them a reading. No.
Listen. Look,
Nah, I rebuke that, Brock.
All you're gonna hear is a bunch of folks click clacking in heels and house shoes. Coco, you do me a reading? Can I get one of them pregnancy readings?
I ain't got it. Like they asking for some money. I ain't got it.
Just look, Coco, just lay her hand upon your forehead.
Baby dust.
Next thing you know, we all dreaming about fish.
So which one of y'all is it this time?
Right. I mean, I dreamed about Captain D's. Does that count? Does it count if the fish fried, or do it have to be swimming?
If it's fried, you know, you might want to go to the doctor and get some test run, you know.
Does it pop severely?
Not severely. The pop severely had me crying.
I don't think that was a good choice of words.
It was not.
But that's what she said. She was like,
that wasn't it.
She was like, you ain't ready for this because my pop severely. And I'm like, they have pills for that.
I'm telling you.
They have pills for that.
That don't sound right. Don't sound attractive.
Definitely does not sound attractive. It definitely did not.
If you thought it did, ma'am, it didn't come out how you thought it sounded in your head.
Does not sound like that's about as bad as having a nickname like Dick Dastardly.
I feel like if somebody said that to me and I was a man, I would immediately get scared. And I heard you. I heard you. Yes.
Oh my gosh. Oh, listen. Let me get out of here. I gotta go.
Hey, man.
I laughed too hard right then, and I felt something move. Golly.
Was it short?
No, it was definitely not.
Have to do y'all like you said. Hey, y'all. Profit back and take it.
Oh my gosh! But no, listen.
You been eating corn.
Yeah, all these doggone candles lit. It's a dang on bonfire going
right
out there. Coco, I will be traveling soon. I'll let you know in case I'm in the area.
Okay.
I think that'd be funny. Because I'm gonna come in there and get my hair cut. And look, and
you better not come in there and do that weirdo mess. Because I already know what you're
I'm gonna stare dead off up at you the whole time you line it up my
walk
front.
Out the room and leave you in there.
Look, just
okay. I'm gonna spray you.
So that's like the unwritten rule.
Right at the shampoo bowl.
You do not look at your barber when they're going across the front. But I'm gonna be like staring off dead off in your brain meats.
How often it happens though, and I'm like,
oh my gosh, I can't. Listen, if you are also interested in podcasting, please hit me up on Discord, because we definitely need some people in case we have more instances like tonight and the other 2 nights.
No, if y'all don't like to talk for real though, don't
Yeah,
come.
don't be coming up here
Please.
just looking. Or if you don't know when to shut up,
Gotta have balance.
gotta let the other person talk
Balance is a
sometimes.
thing.
Yeah, balance. Hoodoo is about balance. Hoodoo's about balance. But on that note, you got anything else? I think I'm
Nope,
done.
I'm good to go. I have to finish my spring cleaning, so
Yeah, and I done got hungry. So I think this is a good spot to end the show.
food does sound good right now. Yeah.
Luke Slavo and everyone else, I'm gonna put the new Discord link through members only chat, so y'all be able to see it on the community section of the thing. All right. So that's it. I don't have nothing. You don't have nothing.
We made
Yeah.
it. We
Yeah.
out of here.
Peace out, y'all. Thank y'all. Hey, thank y'all for tuning into the best spiritually based podcast in all the podcasts, the Hoodoo and Haints podcast. We'll see y'all next week.